Hi beautifuls, welcome back to YILDIZ Readings 5D. For those of you that don't know, I'm a psychic medium, twin flame coach. I cover astrology, moon energy and personal development. If you do want to come join us in the members hub, we have private twin flame questions in there. No super chat required. And yes, monthly I come to you live, and during those sessions you're able to ask quick super chat questions. Now for this video, we're going to tune into your psychic energy, connecting into your love interest, any blockages or the unexpected that can come up. So please stay tuned, because this 2 weeks is set to be very, very interesting and pivotal. Love and light, guys. Let's get into the energy. Hey, Sag, we're getting your cards ready for this second week of April. To check in with the energy of what's coming up for you. Now, the one thing I can say is, even looking at your cards, your hopes and dreams maybe are going to come true, but we have the South Node in your zodiac, Sagittarius. We also have Juno going retrograde. I believe it's the 12th of April in your zodiac, first house placement. So your emotions and your actions, you can get a bit tired. So, just bear that in mind when we do have the astrology. Now, I'm just going to briefly look at your chart, because your read's really interesting. Now, your creative endeavors are going to be really viewed at the moment, because you've got 5th house placement. We're going to have, this month we're having the new moon in Aries. New moon? Yes, and a full moon in Sagittarius. The day that Pluto was going retrograde. So you're going to feel that shadow effect already. You might be psychoanalyzing things, wanting deeper intimacy, looking at where you're going. Is everything going to mean something? And you're looking at, you're getting the downloads, okay? You might be using a lot of mental energy to tackle things. And I can see, even from a pain body experience, you're feeling quite fatigued. You're working hard for the buck, right? Spiritually, psychologically, physically. Something's going to move you towards your hopes and dreams, but it's about owning it, right? This can be great information coming in. Now, number one, your crowning energy is, where's my hopes and dreams at? Am I on mission? Am I doing the things that I want to do? Am I consciously choosing to react to situations well? Now, this can be where by the second week we are physically going to move out of that energy of feeling quite tired. Mars is moving into Cancer. You did have 5th house placement there. So bear in mind, if if home and environment is very neutral, try not to feel that it's a personal thing, because Mars moving into Cancer can be a little bit distorted if we've been suppressing emotions. But number one, you're very focused, and it can be a little bit of tunnel vision, but you're also, you're looking at the psychology surrounding it. It's a bit like, okay, all that Pisces energy we had last month, well, where am I pouring that into? Am I on mission? Am I moving towards my hopes, dreams and aspirations? And I feel you trusting your intuition of what you need to do to address some of these areas in your life, answering the call. Some of you, this can be a physical phone call. Some of you, this can be you stepping up in your life and saying, hey, enough is enough. Again, past tense energy, High Priestess. Looking at life, and where you are today, hunch energy, very Jupiter, it's always served you. But I feel you're trying to be practical. You might be second guessing yourself a little bit. So you're looking at, some of these hopes and dreams, it may be suddenly, bang, career shifting. And I really feel this month of April is a very, very positive month for everyone. As I mentioned in the previous videos, we can jump into the lower and the higher octane of astrology. And with your emotions and your physical energy moving forward, the one thing you will find is on the lower octane of Aries, we can get triggered because we've got Aries and Chiron there. Our energy also, as we're moving through Mars in Gemini, we're going to be more productive. You'll find, because we're moving away from that heavy Piscean energy, which isn't a bad thing. It's almost like an existential holiday at a psychological level. You guys had Pisces landing in your home zone, which is why I said, if there's domestic situations that needed changing, if you needed to move home, you can find with Gemini there, dotting the I's and crossing the T's, getting those things done, you'll find more forward momentum. But when it does come to environment and people around you, be self-aware. I do feel for some reason, because I'm even guided to the crystal quartz with the amethyst coming through it. It's a little bit purple, but I can see it probably better than you guys can. you are moving towards your hopes and dreams, but there can be a little bit of tunnel vision, so you need to be in awareness, get grounded, take your shoes off, be present, especially if you're missing things. As Pluto goes retrograde of that full moon in Scorpio, you will know where things need to shift, but they will pick up momentum again come the following month. So don't move into despair this month feeling things aren't moving. And I'm giving you weekly updates to help us through these transits, because I feel with certain cards that are displayed on the table, you could be really feeling overwhelmed by everything you need to do. Jealousy has been coming up a lot. And I'm going to pull a clarifier on this, because I feel this is like gut. And the one thing that came through with the week before, which is another message for you this week, if you have some really grand creative ideas, keep your cards close to your chest. Especially if you got naysayers and, you know, you're prone to second guessing yourself, tune into how you feel about it, because it's a very personal energy when we can actually ask ourselves and honor ourselves. Some of these things, it doesn't surprise you. You know, you've worked hard for where you are in life. Definitely because we have the South Node in your zodiac sign. A lot of you by next year are going to be totally different individuals, where we won't recognize Jupiter energy. We won't recognize Sagittarians as traditional Sagittarians. They'll be very developed. What do I mean by developed? You will know both the pain and the gain, and you will know both how to make that dream come true. Not quitting on the dream before it's realized and going to a new one, actually following that situation through and seeing it through to the end, and really making that an absolute art, which I think we can all take a leaf out of your book. I do feel you guys might be mentally up in your head, and I feel it's important to take some time for self during this week. Get to a place where you're not so hard on yourself, where you can actually understand that not everyone is, you know, the dream is happening. When you got your energy, apply it to it. When you don't, it's okay. Just be, you know, but seizing the moment and addressing things that are really affecting you. If it's unhealthy boundaries and it's circumstances, if it's a conversation that needs to come up, don't sweep it under the carpet. This may be coming up because I feel there's an imbalance, and I feel the imbalance is maybe, and I'm going to pull a chakra card on that one, maybe you might be doing more than another person, and this can be in a romantic connection, this can be in a work-related dynamic, this can be maybe the emotions that individuals are having. Okay, what is this in relation to, please? It can be the actions. There you go. Very Mercury. Mercury and Pisces, everyone was feeling pretty tired. So if you were pushing through it, you're a hero. Maybe other people weren't able to. So, but you might have taken that personal. This might have been something that's been going on for a while. So it's a habit as per se with another individual, or individuals rather. This can be on the work front, and it might be that you need to call a pan a pan. But be careful how you do that, you know. But definitely focus on it. Say, look, this is becoming problematic, and it can be a circumstance. We need to talk about this because, look, I'm not perfect, but, you know, I'm doing the best I can, but I can't carry the ship. It's not all on me. So if this is a team environment, it's about getting everyone on the same page, especially well and truly before next week, as Mars transits into the House of Cancer by the 23rd, I believe. 23rd of April, yes, and it will be there until June the 11th. So triggers can come up. We're going to have a lot more energy. There can be home-related dynamics changing. Some of you might be moving home or dealing with children at a different level and really setting healthy boundaries. But overall, you'll find, I feel that you're doing everything you can to become very balanced, very stable, very much giving what you're willing to give, but not giving too much. So it's healthy boundaries. Again, subjects to do with children can come up, but we're going to need to create healthy boundaries, maybe in a verbal way, but not necessarily in a blunt, aggressive way. We need to be cautious of that, especially over the next 3 to 4 weeks moving forward. However, any creative new beginnings, I do feel launching of things, it will be a really great week for launching. It's also a great time to, you know, get into that regeneration energy. I think some of you are really focusing on your diet and trying to change that about. But I do feel you're looking at give and take in all things. And that's very much the axis of the 1st and the 7th house placement, which is currently occurring in your zodiac sign. So there's a lot of lessons relating to that. And I feel by working with particular individuals that are willing to work with you, you'll realize that your life will flow effectively. If emotionally you're feeling that people aren't working with you, don't do their work for them. Let them do what, and it doesn't have to be physical work. It can be emotional situations, projection and things to that degree. I do feel there's something that's really stuck here. And this can be with the 1st and the 7th house. It's almost feeling you got to be something for people. And it's you really setting the benchmark very low for other people, but extremely high for yourself, which can get you stuck in your head. Some of you are second guessing some plans that you're making, maybe feeling it won't be so successful. That may be due to the fact that in the past you have placed a great deal of energy in. And that's what I mean by your zodiac is really learning how to follow through and have trust in that process. But really, instead of finding the problem and dumping it and then going off to the next stream, really looking at that and working through that circumstance, pushing through that glass ceiling and making that happen. I do feel there could be a bit of mental bondage, but you're not stuck. And some of you maybe are going to have to do something and answer that call to actually make that hard call with the circumstance. I'll pull a clarify. And we are tuning into love as well. Yeah. It's like not doing work for other people. Don't own it. Don't feel guilty. And again, this can be, how people are dealing with circumstances, who does what. It's realignment energy. Some of you are feeling you have to be everything to everyone, and there could be, again, co-creative endeavors that you're launching. It could be a family-related dynamic. For some of you, this is a love interest, and it's like monetary-related dynamics coming up. But there is a transformation here, and do be super careful. I don't know why I keep picking up fertility for your zodiac sign, but there could be. Now, through this process, I feel there's going to be some information that's been hidden from you. And I do feel this information is actually going to give you a clue. And be consciously aware of where money is going. Now, I'm not feeling anything terrible or bad. I'm just feeling as though you're learning the art of appreciation to do with money, and it's you're really in alignment with your work and with who you're giving energy to. It's got nothing to do, there's a song coming through. I wouldn't say, what's love got to do with it, Tina Turner? It's more, we do things, but it's like we are a transaction, we are the monetary value, so what we give ends up being a choice, and sometimes we can feel taken advantage of. So I do feel at the moment it's with the sound, with the answer the call, with the divine consciousness, it's like you've learned something very, very valuable. You're the star of the show. You can manifest these things in. You can have the highest octane love life. You can have the highest octane dream, career, and family life. Whatever this is, whatever you're working through, I also feel negotiations. A rejigging of puzzle pieces. Your hopes are going to come back where you're going to feel more balanced. And I do feel there can be some sense of celebration. Some of you could be getting a pay rise. Some of you there could be an engagement. And some of you there could be an apology from an individual that maybe did you wrong. Now I'm going to pull 3 cards for love. I'm going to connect them with singles, couples, and twins. I feel you really, really have a change. This can be moving up in the ladder, and this can be, moving away from circumstances, but you're answering, you're like, okay, how do I feel? Where am I today, and what am I wanting right now? And I feel you're really ready to address that. I do feel you might have been maybe delaying, avoiding, looking at it, shifting things about, maybe psychologically or physically. You need a little bit of space to do that, and you're looking at the past of when you were young and free and returning to that innocence, but you're also coming to a place where all of the hard work that you have put in, and maybe even getting a bit worried about changes and what that means, does that mean things are over? Does that mean it's it? I feel it's more moving towards a viewpoint that any old cycle, it gives room for a new cycle, and you know, this can be celebration time. And I do feel for some of you there could be somebody around you that is having a birthday party, and I feel an important event happening. But there has been some sense of excess, definitely with Mars and Gemini. It could have been a lot of you know, things on our plate, a lot of things going on, maybe social events, a lot of people talking to us on the phone. So it does feel some of you are going to actually communicate with this individual. Some of you, this love interest, their birthday could be coming up, but there is going to be a celebration with the both of you. You're also looking at extremities in connections. And I feel some of these worries are going to be laid to rest. And I do feel also almost talking about these things and then coming up. I do feel certain individuals have had to be moved from your life. They can be old clans. And I'm also seeing this is how this person felt. I say that they're looking at it that potentially they were worried, you know, a bit like Penny Little, the sky's falling down. There could have been a lot of paranoia, emotions, concern, you know, almost looking at only the 5D reality of things, the dream, Pisces, over what currently is happening. So I feel you're being very 3D. What do I mean by 3D? If we want to become an astronaut, we need to go to school. It's like pointing out the basics. Yes, energy is fluid and we can manifest certain things. But I think there was one flawed premise in a situation. Somebody's coming to a revelation about this and it is helping them get back on this path. But there has been a little bit of avoidance with that individual to address what they're needing to do. Viewpoints for those of you that are in connections might have been chalk and cheese. Not necessarily that that's wrong. And again, with the fatigue, it might have been money's too tight to mention, you know, scared of stability, concerns about relatives, but, you know, really trying to get into that giddy happiness. Now, there might have been addictive tendencies here, you or them, where there was codependency or addictive tendencies, and this may have been causing conflict for the connection, couples and singles. I feel that's shifting, but I do feel it's almost the acknowledgement that you can't own another person's work. You're kind of saying, look, this is what I can and can't do. This is where I see. How do you see this circumstance too? But I do feel a lot of growth in your career sector. I definitely feel your health is coming up to be looked at. But I do feel if you can get a little bit of space and sit with your thoughts and then articulate it effectively, I do think this can actually be a really fantastic week for you. Overall, I will get into the energy update in the members zone. What I'm going to be looking at is what this answering call is, because I feel 3 things coming through that are hidden from you. Something also is coming through that was from the past. I want to tune into what that is. This may be a person, this could be a love interest, or this could be something really magical that you'd wished for, but it does feel positive nevertheless, but I want to locate what that situation is. I'm also going to look at what this person has been avoiding and where it's been to the detriment to your health, so to speak, and how to deal with it. Okay, so if you wish to join us, feel free. Otherwise, I will see you next week for your energy update, and also join us live for all the twin flame readings every Friday. Love and light. See you soon. Thanks for joining us. If you do want the extension read, it is in the link directly below in the box. Also, all the booking information is there. Please subscribe if you do want to have current updates relating to astrology, moon energy, twin flame path. I do have super chats, so if you do feel you can't afford a reading, you can jump through and have a question during the sessions, as well as if you haven't joined my website, please do, because I do put up notifications relating to when I'm coming live, any events coming up, and specials. Take care. I will see you later. Have a great week.